Today in the crypto space, we see some strength throughout the market. Bitcoin right around 96,400 and Ethereum getting a nice bounce, 6%, 3,200 it is for Ethereum, and the rest of the crypto space. These altcoins looking pretty good. We have Solana, Cardano, AVAX, Caspa getting some real good price action to the upside. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to talk about one project that a lot of people have been yapping about, and that project is called HYPERLIQUID. So you know what? Let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins, looking for opportunity. Whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's see what's going on here. Do we get a nice recovery here, or is this just a fake out? Maybe perhaps a trap, a bull trap. Now, there are some indications that of a nice reversal, and of course, there's always a bearish thesis lingering, and the signs are, where's the volume at? That's the question. So as we can see, we see the market cap rising back to about $3.5 trillion. Super bullish, a nice bounce of 3.7%. However, look at the trading volume as that happened. We did get a bit of an increase here, but now it's tapering down significantly after the impulse, which means that maybe towards this resistance or towards, this frothiness that we're seeing on the lower time frames, maybe people are hesitant, maybe are fearful, maybe de-risking, maybe there's some economic data coming out tomorrow that could be causing that this effect. So ultimately, I think that the volume is a good indication of a continuation, but when it pulls back sharply that way, just expect a cool off, right? It could happen very, very soon. As we keep on going down through the top 100, obviously, guys, we're going to take a look at the general market first. We'll take a look at Bitcoin just as an indicator, because obviously if Bitcoin continues showing strength, guys, the market is going to continue showing strength as a whole. And then obviously I want to talk about HYPERLIQUID, guys, a project that, a lot of people are talking about, part of a very bullish narrative. And ultimately, I think positions at this current moment may not be that bad. So we'll take a look at the charts in a second. We see that Bitcoin right now is showing us the way. But more importantly, it's Ethereum, 6.3% bounce, outperforming Bitcoin for the day. However, in the last 7 days, we know that the alts, including ETH, haven't been doing that well. So although we are celebrating a bit of a strength with Ethereum, there's a lot more that needs to be done. Ethereum has a lot more grinding, a lot more work to be done here. We have XRP showing a lot more strength in comparison to the rest of the market, for that matter, 16.4% to the upside, which is not bad at all. We have BNB, Solana doing pretty good, Doge doing pretty good, and a lot of these altcoins, as you can see, even AVAX and SUI and a lot of green price action. SUI, for that matter, it has been doing well in the past, and it's still doing very, very well. We got to be real about that. But right now, AVAX is outperforming. Why? It's because AVAX has a lot more room to grow. AVAX hasn't been doing that well, whereas SUI has been doing super well. So we have to understand the risk-to-reward ratio and all of these pullbacks are a lot better. For example, look at Chainlink. Chainlink today is up 9.7% to the upside, doing pretty good. Both AVAX and Chainlink are doing excellent today. And as you keep on going down, we see a lot of good V recoveries everywhere. HBAR, we keep on going down. We see Uniswap, we see a Litecoin, we see even HYPERLIQUID, the project for today, up 7.9%. So we do have some good gainers. I would say the average market is up approximately 5 to 10%, obviously led by Ethereum and Bitcoin. And a lot of us are thinking, is this the beginning? Are we going to continue going up? Or is this just a dead cat bounce or some sort of hunt or you know, a trap for the bears, for the bulls, and trapping them all up before the bears kick in again and come down for a lower low? Guys, obviously we're going to try to stay one step ahead of the market here and make sure that we have our portfolio aligned accordingly. Look at Cashpa, guys. Beautiful move to the upside. It's up 21% for the day. Trading Cashpa today must have been blessed, because look at that. Really, really good. Even Virtuals is doing pretty good. A nice recovery. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's a 20% move to the upside, and many others, guys. So the market today is looking pretty good. And again, is this just the beginning of the major recovery on higher time frames? It could be, guys. Just prepare. DCA nice and slowly. When on those red days, dabble in, and of course join the Discord, guys, because the conversation on the Discord right now is critical. We are talking about projects on which we're dabbling in. We're talking about positions, whether they be leverage or spot. Today I entered a couple leverage positions which are doing pretty good. So consider opportunities like this to join strong communities that are willing to support, whether it's bearish or bullish. You're going to get the support. Okay, guys, it's absolutely free, so go check it out. Links are in the description. All right, let's jump right into some of this price action, guys. I know you're here to talk about charts, so let's take a look at what's happening here with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, at the end of the day, is showing a pretty decent amount of strength right now. Okay, now the question is the trend going to get respected? And the trend has been that we are making a lower highs. Okay, so let's quickly put a trend line in here so we can identify the two touches that are very clear. And now all of a sudden we start to identify the possibility of getting rejected on another touch of this trend line. Is it possible? 100%. Does this look like a descending triangular formation? It sure does. Descending triangular formations have a bearish bias, but not in a strong impulsive scenario. Okay, so we could still come down for hunts and still, you know, spring right off of it and break out bullish. The scenario is this. The scenario is, although the bias to the downside, every time we chip away at the horizontal support, we increase the possibility of making lower lows. But look at these buy ups, guys. Look at this buy up. Okay, look at this buy up and look at the bullish response. We just need to break the trend. We just need to break trend, start changing the character on the lower time frames, on the 4 hour, because the daily is still within range. As you can see, we're still within this zone right here, going sideways, lots of trading volume. We got the point of control right here. And as long as we remain above $92,000, I remain bullish, guys. DCA nice and slow and accumulate bags. And if it happens that we start running, great. And if it happens that we come below this level, we start pegging some entries at about 87, even at around 77, absolute bearish price target. Obviously, that's where I'm going to be deploying, you know, great amount of capital, right, to prepare for continuation. But right now, it's still good. We're kind of going sideways. We're doing great. Momentum is looking quite interesting. Let me just show you what I see here. Look at this potential reversal happening here. It's possible, guys. It's possible. We're flatlining here in the chop zone. Is the chop zone going to act as support? It's possible. And I'm entertaining that possibility. Look at volatility. Right now, volatility came down. It looks like it's not coming down as low as it used to, which means this is a sign of strength. Sign of strength means volatility is ready to get overbought once again and perhaps carry the momentum to the upside once again also. So I am interested to see what the bulls have left in them, given the fact that the bearish response, the expansion of the bears, is quite small, and it looks like it's tapering in. It barely made the scene. It barely came in. Look at the last time the bulls came in. The last time the bears were here. Look at this response. It's quite weak. So let's see what happens here in the next little while. Again, DC8 positions right now should be very strong and should be looking pretty good. Okay, and we also see the momentum right now, a little bit of indecisiveness, but we are seeing some possibility of getting into the bullish control zone right at this level. So definitely keeping an eye on it. All right, guys, so that's looking pretty good. Let's jump right into the chart of the day. Hyperliquid. What is going on with Hype? At the end of the day, the price action's coming down. We are at about $22. I want to quickly go on CoinGecko once again to see if I can find Hype right around here. I know I saw it just a second ago. You know, ultimately, we got to be very aware of what type of project it is based on its market cap. And I am not doing a good job finding it at the current moment, but I do want to find it. I know it's around here somewhere. Right here. Hype. Right here. So it's, again, $22. A market cap is $7.5 billion market cap. So it's quite large. Okay, it is quite large. Now, the question is it overvalued? Is it in a very expensive state? What are you getting fundamentally? And this is what's so important, guys, is that you become fundamentally bullish on what they're offering for this price tag. Okay, so why is it worth 2.5 $1 billion. It's quite a bit. Okay, it's quite a bit. Now, if the fundamentals back up that price tag in the future value and the speculative value offer potential for a further upside and getting into a bigger market cap, which is very possible, guys, it's a good opportunity. Let me show you why. Back to the charts, guys. You can see that we've been retracing quite a bit, lower lows and lower highs consistently. Now, the daily is very hard to trade right now because there's no real indication of where you should be buying support. There is no support. We've been making lower lows and lower highs here on the daily consistently. The trend is still actively your friend until we break trend or we break structure. We want to change a character. Basically, that's what we want. We want a sign of a change of character because this downward sloping channel is still valid unless we make a higher high or a higher low. I'm doing my best here to make this, these lines as clear as possible. As you can see, we got a lot of volume here in the volume profile. We do also have some volume right here. We have volatility pushing to the upside, but I want to quickly get on the 4-hour. I think the 4-hour time frame is the time frame right now that should be on your radar. It should be the time frame of choice at the current moment, given that this is where you actually get data from momentum and trend oscillators. Okay, valid data for that matter. Okay, so very important. So again, what we have to highlight is the volume. The volume right here on this chart, this is a MEXC chart. So the data is relative to when it was listed. And I am most interested in this level to keep an eye on. This level right here. Now, there is a bit of volume right here that could act as resistance. Obviously, it's important, right? Because this little node of volume could act as resistance as we get back to previous highs. But this volume gap is a weak spot that could allow the price to fly right through, but then get resistance right here. So I want to make it very clear that that's an interesting spot. So let's put another horizontal right here, because it definitely could act as resistance. And I am going to put a couple arrows in to this level, and I'm going to explain what these arrows mean. Really, down here, this is the only data right now that suggests buy. Okay, and I'm going to again get into more of that detail here. Just be careful because we could get rejected. I'm not saying that to exit positions. I'm not saying, to go short. What I'm saying is at this level, we have to start looking for confluence to get defensive on any gains that you may have. Okay. And if you're going to get into shorts, you're looking for confirmations of a reversal at this level. Okay. So this is important. Now, where we are at the current moment, looking at this price action, and let's get rid of this oscillator for now. We'll bring it back in a second. Focus on one at a time. You can see that we're making a nice double bottom here. Okay. If you include the candle wick, maybe it's a low and then a higher low, whatever the case may be, it is very divergent. Okay, it is very divergent. Momentum is clearly in an uptrend here on the 4-hour, while the price action here at the bottom is double bottoming more or less. And you can see the expansion is confirming this. Whereas look at this massive expansion here from the bears. And then all of a sudden we get another expansion that's so weak, right? And the price almost, tagged as a double bottom. This price action, although it came down almost equal, if not equal to the previous, you can see that the expansion didn't have the same amount of strength, and the momentum confirms that. This is interesting. This is a sign of class A bullish divergence right at a very critical zone. The critical zone is only defined by its current price action because there's no historical price action. That's why it's so important, right? If we come down and make another lower low, guys, you have no choice but to stop yourself out. I would not be holding this into deep red price action because it's a long way down if that's the case. The zero mark is all the way down here. Let's just put it that way. So what would I be doing here? What I would be doing is expecting a rejection right here. Let's see if I can improve this line. Not really. There's not real area for improvement. Just that's about it. If we do get that rejection, we're coming back down to range lows. Okay. And if we come back down to range lows, and where do we put a stop loss? And where do we kind of get defensive? Point of control is also right there, acting as a rejection spot based on the previous high, low, and this top, and the current top is having a hard time break above. But if we come down to the 1.27 and the 1.618 extension, this is the level to watch out for. This is the level of concern for the next buy opportunity for another reversal. Now, is it going to happen? Maybe, right? But you're going to have to stop yourself out and protect yourself at this level if you start buying and accumulating. Now, buying right now, you're almost like a breakout trader. Let's put it this way. You bought an extension to the upside. And if I start zooming in, which is not really any need at this point. But if you start looking at, the swing low, the swing high to the swing low, and you can see we're hit the 1.27 to 1.618 at the current moment, right? So we have definitely hit some good extension at resistance diagonal, right? And volume gap right here. And it's very possible that we come back down for a back test, a confirmation low. A higher low would be absolutely epic. Maybe around the golden pocket, maybe around the 786, a triple bottom. Okay, maybe, because invalidation is very clear. Stop loss right underneath, right around maybe $18 and 30, 40, 20 cents, something like that. Give yourself a bit of wiggle room. You don't want to be stop hunted and, exit your positions and then all of a sudden reversal. Be flexible with the stop hunts. And the only way you can really do that is get into lower leverage. Don't get into crazy amount of leverage. Now, I'm nickeling and diming for entries. I'm clearly nickeling and diming for entries. I'm trying to say, you know what, right now it's too expensive. And honestly, coming down to here is a lot better. Obviously, it's a little bit better. However, guys, just zoom out a little bit, okay? Before we zoom out, I just want to show you volatility right now is pushing to the downside, which is the orange line. Momentum is clearly in an uptrend. Every time, and you can backtest the strategy using this oscillator. By the way, if you want to know what this oscillator, these indicators I'm using, the links are in the description. They are called Synergy Signal. They're custom indicators, and they've been working very, very well lately. So feel free to check it out. You can see that the momentum is definitely rising, clearly. And the volatility right now is pushing down. If it gets oversold, that is the best time to trade volatility to the upside alongside the trend of the momentum. You want to trade momentum and volatility in the same direction. That's where you get the maximum results, okay? And that goes for the opposite direction. Momentum coming down, you want to short in the same direction. However, counter trading right now, going short right now against momentum is quite dangerous. I wouldn't do that. I would rather go long if this thing came down, volatility got oversold, and momentum kind of came down again like down here. I would consider buying in. Now again, golden pocket, 786, 886, any one of those levels, I would start DCing. This is important. The issue is if we break the previous low. I get it, and I already defined that. I already made it very clear. So I have the green arrow to suggest this is a good zone to consider a trading moment, okay? Obviously. Now, what about a DCA moment? Let's talk about like big picture, hold for portfolio. Okay, before we do that, let's just quickly look at this oscillator. It's looking bullish here, guys. Look at this. EMA is facing up, green histogram bars. We got the bullish divergence on the expansion already. Very nice. We're in the bullish control zone. We got a purple expansion forming, guys. Right now, this is looking good. Okay, so any pullbacks should be accumulated. Now, again, big picture. Let's zoom out a little bit, guys. This thing's in a downtrend. Okay, so you're not buying tops, right? There was a lot of people that bought these levels based on the hype on this project. Now that it has come down a little bit, let's measure from the top to where we are right now. You're buying a 34% discount. Okay, so it's not bad of a discount. Definitely double digit. Now, are we getting a change of character, big picture? We're not necessarily. We did not, right? Because we need to break trend first, and we need to break this high or make a confirmed higher low and then go up for the break of this high. Now, we broke local highs. We got the change of character on the local time frame, but we already got the follow through because we already hit extensions. Like I mentioned, we hit the 1.27, 1.618 level right here at the point of control based on this local price action on the 1 hour. But if we're looking at the 4 hour, we eventually have to come up with a plan to see this top broke. And if we break above it, it's bullish. But in the meantime, we can be looking for signals of confirmation lows, higher lows, before we go up for that higher high and eventually start breaking, changing character. We want a pivot point structure. So what that could look like is maybe a bit of a pullback, maybe down to here, maybe then break trend, maybe come up for a higher high, maybe backtest and start moving like this and start breaking above this and so on and so forth. When then you start looking at this, it looks like a nice pivot point. We start looking at a shoulder, we start looking at the head, we start looking at shoulders, and then we start saying, necklines, what need to be broken. Big picture necklines are this area right here, whereas lower time frame necklines was this area right here from this pivot point. So we look for pivot points and we look for signs of divergence. Is there signs of divergence right now on this whole downtrend? Let's get back into the oscillators really quickly to confirm what's going on. Choppy all the way down, and not really any major signs of reversal. However, right here, we are getting it. So a short-term bounce, maybe hitting this level right here, which is at about $30, might be pretty good. Then maybe a rejection and then a continuation. What we're looking for is a nice reversal pattern here on the 4-hour. And again, the daily is not giving you much to play with, but the 4-hour is definitely giving you some data. Okay, so guys, so keep this in mind. And if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor, slap the like button. It does really help out with the algorithm. If you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description below. Feel free to join the Discord, guys. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And don't forget, buy the dip.